25 minutes before 10 o'clock. We were just talking about filling out your tax returns, and if you are filling out your tax returns, that means you worked, and that's a good thing. So I guess we should never complain about taxes. I know you hate when I say that, but it means you have a job, right? And if you don't have a job, then the giggle you just heard is the lady you want to talk to, or at least the organization she represents, which is CareerSource, Citrus-Levy-Marion. Laura Byrnes is in here to tell us about some job opportunities. She comes in once or twice a month to educate us. And the one thing I will tell you is go to CareerSourceCLM.com and get the ball rolling if you need a job. That's it.
Yeah. Definitely.
You can lead a horse to water, right? Good morning,
Well,
Laura.
that's true. Good morning. And there are a lot of people who are very thirsty for employment. And if you're thirsty, we can help quench that thirst. We've got all kinds of things going on. And ordinarily, if you watch and listen to the show regularly, you know we bring in businesses and they talk about their unique corporate culture and their open positions. Yeah. But we have a situation tomorrow where we have 30 plus businesses. So I'm going to talk about that very shortly. Wow. But as usual, I always do my little infomercial up top, let folks know about some hiring events and some workshops, that sort of thing. But I really do want to talk about where you can find, I want to say it's 33, 34, 36, lots and lots of businesses with positions to fill right now and multiple positions, and I'm going to tell you where you can find them. But first, a couple hiring events to point out. Sunbelt application event is, and we talk about Sunbelt often, and they just are constantly needing insulators and roofers and that sort of thing. So we frequently have application events for them. That is on April 11th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at our Lecanto Career Center, and the address for that is 683 South Adolph Point, and you can find that on our calendar of events at CareerSourceCLM.com. On April 17th, our friends at Custom Window Systems, and we recently had them back on just a time or two ago, and they are having a hiring event on April 17th from 4 to 7 p.m. So that's a great time because you may be working or going to school and you want to go. So they have a variety of positions, I think, for all three shifts, and that, as I said, is April 17th from 4 to 7, and that's going to take place at their place of business. That's Custom Window Systems. That's 1900 1900 Southwest 44th Avenue in Ocala. And that one isn't on our website just yet because the young lady who was handling that has moved on to another position.
Oh, okay.
And so yours truly is picking up that ball. And I tried yesterday, and every time I went to put it on there, I got a red warning saying, "You do not have permission to do this." And it's like, yes, I do. Yes, I very much do. Thank you very much. So bear with us, but that's at Custom Window Systems. But we do have on our calendar of events, and you can find this, a bunch of really great workshops. Today's World of Work, Tips for Federal Jobs, Soft Skills for 21st Century Work Success. I love Nail That Interview, and that's a good one. I'm not sure what else we have. That's it. Those are some of the workshops going on this month, and you can find those on our calendar of events at CareerSourceCLM.com. But now, the main order of business is where on earth can you go to find, and for those who you can't see these bullets. These are all employers. Now, you will find this if you go to our website and go under the candidates tab. You'll see career fairs. Go to that page and you can get the link to all of the businesses.
This is the one tomorrow?
This is the one tomorrow. Now, we just had one yesterday in Citrus County. There were 27 actually, businesses that showed up. Several of those will be here tomorrow here in Ocala. I know Seven Rivers Regional Medical Center, for example, will be there. AutoZone from Citrus County will be there tomorrow. But there are a lot of new ones and exclusive to Marion County. But these are in no particular order. And this may be as exciting as reading the phone directory, but I'm just going to go through some of them. Ocala Health and Rehabilitation, Visiting Angels, R&L Global Logistics, Home Instead Senior Care, E1, Kindred Hospice, the Lodge Health and Rehabilitation Center. That sounds kind of
that's
like
one
a
I don't
spa.
know. Yeah,
I don't know.
Don't know that one. Yeah.
Florida Express Environmental, the Centers, Genesis Healthcare, Closet Made, JR Plastics, On Top of the World, I mentioned AutoZone, Monroe Regional Medical Center, Seven Rivers Regional Medical Center, Citrus County Sheriff's Office, Florida Department of Corrections, something called Steering Creations. I don't know what that is, but
For creative name, yeah.
our friends at Custom Window Systems, Touching Hearts at Home. This is a cool one. Set Up My Solar. I want someone to come set up my solar. That's cool. Family Life Care.
Do you have solar?
No, but if we did, I definitely need someone to set it up. We need to put in dimmer switches and set up my dimmer switch. Family Life Care, MGM Hotel, that's Holiday Inn and Suites.
Really?
Great.
I didn't know that.
Florida Cancer Affiliates. Apparently, I'm reading all of these. I apologize, but
It's okay.
Timber Ridge Nursing and Rehabilitation Center.
I love them.
FedEx, Palm Garden of Ocala, Cardinal LG,
Love Palm Garden too.
Marion County Board of County Commissioners, and Solar Lights and More. So you can buy your solar lights at Solar Lights and More, and maybe the guys that set up my solar can come in. Anyway, so
There you go.
Well, yeah, you buy them and have somebody set them up for you.
what a variety. I mean, and we have had so many of these wonderful businesses on this show.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so...
Well, I was going to say, as you were reading the names, the ones I recognized, I can see a face right away. And it's somebody you've brought in here
Yep.
to represent that
Yep.
company. And
Yep.
and what better way to promote a company than to have a face?
For sure.
A person that you visualize when you think of the company.
So if you are interested in one or more of these businesses and want to learn more, so this is what's happening tomorrow, right across the street from where we're sitting right now,
From the mall.
at College of Central Florida at the Klein Conference Center from 9 a.m. to noon. We are having all these wonderful businesses will be there, and you can come and you can meet with them and you can shake their hands and look them in the eye and hand them your very neat and updated resume.
Yeah,
Hopefully you have done some due diligence and prepared some what we call elevator speeches so that you can tell the hiring manager from JR Plastics Corporation or from On Top of the World or from Custom Window Systems why you would be an asset to their organization and why you are uniquely qualified for whatever position that you are interested in. And how do you find that out? Well, I'm glad you asked. We don't require people to pre-register, but you will be shooting yourself in the foot if you don't do this one simple step, and there's still time to do it. Go to employeeflorida.com
employeeflorida.com.
and make sure you are fully registered on Employ Florida. We have mentioned this before, that Employ Florida, that is the statewide online job board that all the CareerSource regions use. So when a business has a job opening, they work with us, they post that position, we get a job order number, and we help them fill it. So if you want to know what any of these businesses have to offer you tomorrow when you meet with them, and you want to do some due diligence, do your homework, find out what the qualifications are, what the requirements are, that sort of thing, this is the place to do it.
So you'll know that in advance by going
Yes.
online today? for
And
example?
also, if you are a superstar, I mean, that's a basic thing. You really need to do this. Don't go in there blind. Don't go in there going, "Hi, I'm Laura Byrnes, and you are," and what is it that you do? Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, "Thank you. next.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go in there and say, "Hi, I'm Laura Byrnes, and I am applying for your IT position. I see that you require Microsoft A++ certification. I have that and more, and I have X number of years experience, and you can see that on my resume. Here it is." That sort of thing.
Right.
And then they're going to be impressed. They're going to write on there, "Call this person for an interview."
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's going to demonstrate to the businesses you mean business. But you can do it even better. You can go ahead, once you're fully registered on Employ Florida, you can actually apply for that position online. Now you're saying, well, if I've applied online, why should I bother to roll out of bed and get dressed up and come on down to the career fair and meet them one-on-one? What you had just said earlier, when you put a face,
I'm going to say.
then you remember it, and then you can say, "Hi, I'm Laura Byrnes.
Yeah, if you don't want to go down there.
And I have applied for your position, and this is why I believe I'm a good candidate for you." And then they're going to say, "Okay, already applied, so that step that's taken care of.
That's right.
Let's, we'll be able to pull up that application and schedule an appointment." So do that. Now, I know you're giving me a look like it's time for a break.
Well, it can be, and in fact it is. But I wanted to say real quickly that if you don't want to go down there, I'm not trying to chastise anybody, but you don't want a job then. If you know what I mean? If you're not willing to go down and meet the people, then chances are you don't really want. If you think it's just a matter of going online and waiting on the couch for some phone to ring, it just doesn't work that way.
It does not work that way at all. And
it never did.
And it never did. I mean, back in the days before we even had a lot of internet, you would hear people say, "I printed out 400 resumes and sent them out all over the country." And well, does that resume fit? I mean,
oh my gosh.
Exactly. That's not the way to do it.
Just waiting.
You have to show up. Have that show up in person.
Yeah.
So.
You guys do a great job. All right, we'll take a little break. If you have any questions, by the way, you can call on the air. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. Laura Byrnes is here from CareerSource, Citrus-Levy-Marion. The number is 622-9622. The website for CareerSource is careersourceclm.com. And two things I want to say. That the event that Laura is talking about is tomorrow. But if you're listening to this podcast after April 4th, I guess, after April 5th, you can still use the information. It just has to be for another event. And these events are always posted on the CareerSource website. All right. With that said, let's take a little break. We'll be right back with Laura.
CareerSource Citrus-Levy-Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to CareerSource Citrus-Levy-Marion and learn how they can help you.
Direct Connect to UCF, where students who attend the College of Central Florida and graduate with an AA or articulated AS degree are guaranteed admission to the University of Central Florida. Success coaches are ready and waiting to assist you in designing an educational plan that is right for you in any of their locations across Central Florida. Remember, connecting is easy and guaranteed. Find out more at directconnecttoUCF.com.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security, 629-3223.
Embark on a magical night at the Appleton Museum of Art on Saturday, April 14th from 6 till 9 p.m. Follow your book of enchantment around the museum for unicorn carriage rides, magic shows, mermaids, artwork that comes to life, and more. Make mythical art in the art space and enjoy refreshments. Family ticket packages start at $35 for museum members and $50 for non-members. Individual tickets also are available. For details and to purchase tickets, visit appletonmuseum.org.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front-end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
The Marion Civic Chorale announces their 2018 concert series. This exciting program highlights a special performance with chamber orchestra and video projection. The next concert will be on April 22nd at Countryside Presbyterian Church in Ocala at 7768 Southwest State Road 200. Concerts are free and begin at 3 p.m. Donations are appreciated. Contact President at marionchorale.org or visit marionchorale.org for more information. New members are welcome.
All right, 9 minutes before 10 o'clock. Laura Byrnes is here from CareerSource Citrus-Levy-Marion. Tomorrow there is a career fair, I guess you would say, over at the College of Central Florida.
Correct.
Klein Conference Center.
That is right.
What is it, from 9 till noon?
9 to noon, absolutely. Now, there's no charge to attend if you are looking for employment, and I rattled off 30-some businesses. In addition, we also have Florida Division of Vocational Rehab and Department of Children and Families, and they're there to help provide services to candidates. So they're not there to hire, they're there on the service side. Of course, we'll be there as well, and we can assist you in any way you might want if you have difficulty. If you don't have access to a computer at home or the internet, please come to one of our career centers. We have a resource room with internet access and multiple computers and a lot of staff that can help you. And that's a great way for you to get fully registered with employflorida.com so that you can find out what the job descriptions are, what the requirements are, and preferably so you can apply for the positions you're interested in. Now, you may not apply for all of them. Maybe in the course of your discussions with businesses tomorrow, you'll say, "Oh my, I didn't realize that. That is really interesting. I'm going to apply." So then you know how to do it. You've already done it, and if you tell someone you're going to apply, you can do it. And they may still have you do a paper application. We see that occasionally. Don't be thrown with that. And also, just if you have applied or registered with Employ Florida, don't think you don't have to bring your paper resume. It does seem maybe counterintuitive, but I have said it over and over again. That paper resume is your calling card. I gave an example of where you could say, "Hey, I'm very interested in this position. In fact, I've applied for it. I have everything that you're asking for and more, and you can see that here, here, and here on my resume." And and that's, I have seen it time and time again, where a hiring manager is listening. They have something now in their hand that they can look at and refer to and make notes on. And I've seen them say, set up interview, circle it. And at the end of the day, I don't know how many candidates they may talk to, but let's say it's 50, 100, who knows? Do you remember everybody at the end of the day? Not necessarily. I mean, you might say, that person was wearing fishnet stocking bodysuit. Right. I'll remember that person, not in a positive way.
Yeah, not that you want to hire that person.
No. But if you go
Especially if it was me, dressed like that.
Yes. But if you have the resumes that you can go over and see your own notes and say, "Oh, that's right. This is the person that went,
It's good advice,
to XYZ school and has this internship, and and that's a great thing." So that is as much for your benefit as it is for the business's benefit, because that's going to help them remember.
Laura, you have a great command of of presentation. You really have great PR skills. I mean, you could teach this. I don't know if you do, but you could. Have you always been this way?
Well,
and I'm asking this because I think to some people would be better off if I don't know if you call that a soft skill or not, but I think sometimes somebody might be really good at writing or, stuff where they don't interact with other human beings, but then it's that interaction part that they're not that good at, the soft skills.
Well, what is that expression? The three things people are most afraid of: death, taxes, and public speaking.
Yeah.
When I was in the 6th grade, I had a teacher, Mrs. Munt, and she had us doing skits and speeches and all sorts of things that, I just really enjoyed it and sort of fell into it. And then in high school and in college did competitive debate and public speaking and that sort of thing. And I even...
Was it hard at first?
Well,
or was it natural for you?
It was hard to understand that you don't just BS your way through something. That in debate you have to have evidence and logic and there's a whole purpose for it and structure.
Yes.
That you don't just get up there and wing it. And if you do try to wing it, that's not going to go well for you. But I really enjoy that. And then there are a number of Toastmaster organizations all throughout our area. I did that for fun for a couple years and enjoyed it quite a bit. I really recommend that for anyone who, and don't think just because not just because, but maybe you're in finance and you're doing payroll, or you're in IT and you're working with HTML coding, that you don't have to have communication skills, because you do. You have your coworkers, you have your vendors, you have your clients.
And it would be in the best interest if you could
It's in your best interest. So there is absolutely no harm. And for any job candidate out there, those communication skills are critical. So a little plug for Toastmasters International organizations. They have clubs all over. Do that. You will find that is a great benefit for sure.
So does CareerSource help that person? Let's say they haven't gone to Toastmasters and they kind of are the little wallflower, and they are really smart. They really would be a great worker, but they just don't know how to show that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, we have a number of the navigating today's world of work. I think really gets you through all those touch points, how to market yourself, how to develop your own. The elevator speech, that 30-minute personal infomercial where you can not sell yourself, but say, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is why I bring this value to the table for your organization. And it's not necessarily going to be a one-size-fits all, depending on what your experience is and your jobs are, or the jobs are. So you have to think it through before you're on the spot. I know that I won't even say where, but I have famously blanked out in job interviews when I was asked, to name one of my top accomplishments, and it's like,
whoa, no.
So don't set yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
Be prepared. You have family, you have friends, you have a mirror. Practice in front of it, and practice being natural and conversational and engaging with the individual.
And you have to go for the job that you really want. You don't want to go for a job just for the money, because that's not for you or the employer. You want to go in your field of expertise.
Well, ideally, yes. I would never want to say why a person should go for a job. You may be in a situation where you are going to do something that may be below your skill grade for a while until you can go on to the next thing. As long as you're giving it 110% and you are loyal to that employer who hired you, and don't disrespect them in any way by sloughing off or not showing up, that sort of thing. Every job in this world has value and has purpose and is important and meaningful, and so we should all take it very, very seriously.
Absolutely. I love the message you deliver, Laura. Thank you for coming in here to deliver it. Everybody else, tomorrow is the day for the career fair over at the College of Central Florida in the Klein Conference Center at 9 o'clock from 9 till noon. So, and what was the website again to pre-register?
Well, you don't have to for that, I'm sorry, you're right. employflorida.com. That's where you can go and you can get the list of all the businesses on our website, and then you can go to Employ Florida. Once you're registered there, you can check out what positions they have open.
And educate yourself before you go standing in front of somebody.
Absolutely.
Good stuff, Laura. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Partly